got a knife killing the site. We've got a blast hitting behind slant, forcing someone off the angle. We've also got a flash in a second that's gonna come and ding the Viper. All right, move on to the Gecko. We've got a Dizzy coming over the top, which is going to blind this player in.
His own. He's doing his own thing.
Confident.
How does he get away with that? Massive numbers advantage for NRG. Oh, still a 3v1. Zelsis with Spike in tow. Two members of NRG on the other side, and he doesn't drop a single one. Wow. I thought the Gecko ult was gonna tag him. I mean, right around the corner.
And this is what makes Demon 1 separate from the
Si el ritmo te lleva a mover la cabeza y empezamos como es. Mi música no discrimina a nadie, así que vamos a romper. Toda mi gente se mueve. Mira el ritmo como lo tiene. Hago música que entretiene. El mundo nos quiere, me quiere a mí. Toda mi gente se mueve.
It's like he's playing a different game. He's just on his own. He's doing his own thing.
confident. Always disrupting the hits. That's what you constantly have to be worried about when you're playing against this guy. And it's just so confusing because NRG conditioned from the start of the round isn't going to go so aggro. Right off pistol round. Sen here just trying to slow things down. You know, Kaplan trying to keep his team in the game.
We'll see where they go from here. Again, a 2-round deficit for Sentinels. The attacking side, they've shown some really cool ideas. Zekin has played very well to start this map. It's been more by committee on the other side of the stage.
Definitely. I do want to point out that Sen did struggle pretty hard on the attacking side last time around they played this map, but their defense was immaculate, so I think just a couple more rounds for them, they'll be very confident going into defense with how they played it previously.
I think historically this map has been really good for them. They've lost it, what, once?
Yeah.
Including the offseason and all that stuff. I think they've only dropped this map one time, so they're obviously very comfortable in it.
And on 2 different comps. Making NRG have to prep for 2 comps is huge. It's a lot easier just to prep for 1, right?
For sure. When you know what's on the other side, when you know what to prepare for, it certainly simplifies the job.
I think Sen soon will realize that this is a retake setup on the A side.
The trip was just high enough. Uh-oh, he's gonna get too far up.
Oh.
Victor playing his position beautifully. Mark once again on the flank. Ethan's there to help, but they've got a trip keeping him at bay for now. No knife to bring it down or anything like that. They're gonna have to clear it. Maybe Mark jumps over it. Oh, I like that. It's just a dog. I don't know that they're gonna be expecting a second. Now they know the paranoia tagging onto John.
What a great counter flash from Tens.
Marv trying to keep them back. The spike ticking away. Meanwhile, a fight ensues on 2 fronts as the spike continues to get encroached upon. Demon 1's out, but now he's dead. Marv falls too. That's another round for Sentinels.
Heads up awareness from the side of Sen on that flank. Tens was sitting on default and actually still Omen flashed A main for his teammates. Counter flashed. It was actually beautiful. This replay, this trade. It's actually a miracle Victor got that.
Yeah.
But Tens played this spot so great. Playing that counter flash and just keep staying stuck there. Jordan, Zelsis, pop flashing right after that. Understanding that the defending team has to walk into that space. That allows John QT and him to double swing.
Dizzy's down.
To Sen right now.
I got you.
Doing what they're supposed to be doing. Winning based off of the utility that they're throwing. It's great.
Oh, the defensive side has taken a fair amount of space mid here. Marv and Demon 1 both past that mid smoke. Tens perhaps getting a little too curious. Sassy might as well. Nothing to clear it. That feels like a mistake. I don't know if Marv was looking tiles or what, but Dizzy wasn't cleared and Demon 1 pays for it with his life.
So smart from Sen to pick up that Gecko flash. So look at this.
Selisihnya.
He saw him walking to B main.
I think he did.
Di depan ada
I didn't see if
Jelsis.
there's other people in there, so
Oh, he saw that now.
Saw him.
Oh, he's gonna go hunting.
Did the dog hit? It did.
Celsius has no idea. There's no way he knows.
Oh, Justice. Gak aware dia.
So they've gotten the prize they were looking for. They managed to get to their prey, but the rest of the play is on the other side of the map.
30 seconds.
And they still have the trips up from Victor. He has his ult online too.
What kind of post plant, Doug, is Sen gonna do here?
I'd love if Zekin stays up there. They play a little high-low. If you're Sentinels,
So deep
but he drops down.
Sebentar dulu
Sen's
gue
waiting.
coba baca chatnya tadi.
Paranoia in hand.
Gue kuat
For
banget.
just the right moment to strike. There it is. They both go right through each other. Ethan got tagged in seconds. One who falls. Trying to continue to funnel out from the side as Victor plays his life, plays his time, waits for the right moment to strike. And it might all be too late. He's left alone. Creeping forward with 3 before him. 1 falls, but we're tied at 5.
Wow.
Satu lagi kawan
And
diamankan
Sentinels
oleh Sentinel.
right now at this A site post plant looking so clean. I think they have a good read of how Nrg likes to play this map, Doug. Based off of how they're playing these post plants. You saw in the beginning post plant that they did, it was aggression towards that CT spawn area. Now just playing crossfires onto the site. Understanding that Nrg has been trying to contact in this lane area and punishing them for this.
Dari Basna itu saya banyak banget dapat yang namanya pelatihan. Terus Basna suka mau bantu kita. Misalnya ada
Who's fired up? Into the next round we go. Ethan has a stinger. The rifle's in an op. The rest of the way for NRG.
I mean, and you see the respect that Sen is giving Demon 1 right now. As they should, to not be punished by how he's been playing. Wow.
My ultimate is ready.
This time they're finding the op on the opposite side of the map. In the hands of someone else. He's just as formidable with it.
Masking the off presence.
Is that his 3rd ult of the half? I think it is.
It might be.
Yeah, I think it is. And Marv gets tagged. He should be safe for now.
Oh, Malik just misses.
Yeah. Just a bit short.
Dikit lagi itu mantul
Looks like
tuh
they're gonna have to
mati.
find a lineup for that now too.
Victor's still playing on the site. He hasn't been cleared
Oh,
out.
ada di side aware. Oh,
You wonder here what the flood is. Maybe off of the Dizzy.
No
Maybe off of the Paranoia from Tens. But yeah, you're right. No smokes. Vic's still alive. He's a nuisance. He's got to be dealt with. He has to be cleared. Sean continues to push
30
forward.
seconds left.
But you haven't checked this box. What might be the most difficult one to clear because Crashies is covering on the other side. Zelsis and John QT left alone, and it's all onto the leader now. 12 HP in the face of 3. None found.
Wow. Victor just a menace on this A site.
Last round.
He was actually
in the
finessing
half.
so hard there. So aware of all the possibilities. Not getting caught out by the spam either, then holding a little off angle there.
Well, I think good on NRG too to understand, like, you're going to have to cover for him. They have to push really aggressively to clear him out of behind Jenny.
And also, just from the start of the round from NRG, masking the off presence, right?
Yeah, yep.
Demon 1 on, he got hit by that dagger on purpose. He wanted
This is gonna
Sen
be
to
fun.
know that he was there. So that opens up the kill from Marv.
And they continue to juggle this op around, once again in the hands of Marv.
Look at this. Oh, did he see him?
No. No. Oh, but they know he's there now. Oh
No,
my
dia nggak.
gosh. And Second just destroys him. They've invested the ult. They're going to head B. Crashies is here, though. And Ethan's not far off. And they've kind of been split up.
I don't remember the last time I've seen a whip like that from Demon 1.
Is he? Okay. I would have lost my mind.
Not with an op, surely.
Cover going out.
I've seen crazier things.
Sen playing a full post plant. Something I want to point out is that Tens has been holding on to his Omen Flash. And speaking of Tens, just takes Victor's head clean off.
3 left up for the defense. As the timer continues to tick away, there's that Paranoia. A tap from Ethan, and the molly at his feet. Didn't get it to half. They're going to have to win these gunfights because they know now that it's not being stuck. Ethan, halfway there. 3/4, 90%. He's going to stick it, and he does!
Closing off the half, how they started.
Bookended the fuses like that. That's
Switching
nuts.
sides.
That's crazy.
It started
Stealing
how
that one
it's
away
ended nih ya.
was NRG.
Round pertama tadi kayak gitu juga kan,
Very, very clean
curi-curi
from both sides, but 5 rounds for Sen. Based off of how they played the last time they played defense. You gotta think that they're feeling very confident going into this next half.
Yeah, there's a lot of room for confidence here. As we close out this first half, a 7-5 lead in favor of NRG, but Sentinels kept it close. They kept it competitive. And I feel like we're in for a fight, Dre. I feel like we're in a fight. A good one. We're going to throw it down to Ender, who's standing by at the telestrator with a little something cooked up for us.
Let's preview the next half by checking out Sentinel's perfect defensive half versus G2, and it comes with the power of their retakes. In this situation, all 5 coming through shop, which is almost unheard of, but their utility, especially Zelsis and Saucy, is just simply ridiculous. How they combo it, not with each other, but with their self. Let's check this out. Give me just a second on this one. Okay, focus on Zelsis first. We've got a knife killing the site. We've got a blast hitting behind slant, forcing someone off the angle. We've also got a flash in a second that's going to come and ding the Viper. All right, move on to the Gecko. We've got a Dizzy coming over the top, which is going to blind this player in Leaf, and also a Mosh that's about to hit right there, and I'll explain that in a second. Here comes the Mosh on down right there. Mosh lands here, and what it does, because they're all 5 coming through shop, they're effectively ceding control back here, so G2 could push that space. Mosh means they're forced behind that wall, and they can't support these poor little players. There's a dude back there, trust me, on site, it's over for them. So, for NRG, how do they call around that? First idea is, well, they could put like an Omen smoke, some kind of smoke with a hat on it on site, and they can hide inside of that so they don't get blasted by the Dizzy over the top. They could also call their mid-rounding into it as well when they want to take control through mid. If you pinch into the site this way, you have control back there, and you force Sentinels to fight you in these locations. It's much harder, right? And you stop them from setting up for that perfect retake. The other option is you need to push for CT control yourself. But as we saw with G2, no flashes is tough. They only have 2 on the Sky and 1 on the Omen. How are you going to make that happen if you have to use it in a hit? I don't know. Let's get back to the game.
لذات يا بيبي.
لذات.
Thank you so much, Ender. A perfect foreshadowing of what may be ahead of us as we turn things around and as we see how NRG fills out the attacking side. You were mentioning, Dre, a little bit about how you felt like, given the history for Sentinels, a 7-5 half kind of feels okay.
Yeah, and yeah, they were so solid, just like Ender said, on those retakes, which I think is the name of the game for both these teams. Great IGLing from both sides.
They're playing in the smokes, they're playing in the smokes. Dizzy over the top, the KO flash there too, and now they'd erupt. How much more can they find? Victor and Ethan keeping them at bay. In the face of the knife, they find another. Just when it looked like they were going to find success everywhere across the map, Tens is there to counter just a bit. Is he going to find more? Oh, spamming through the smoke, but they don't turn. Mark is just on the other side. Ghost puts him away. Now John QT in a 1v3. All of them weak, all of them tagged. The smokes were fresh, and the timing's just so he doesn't see him. John QT with 1, but the double face is a little bit too much.
What was a clean shot from John? Gets counterpicked from Victor. But yeah, that fight, kind of like NRG's defense, honestly, but way more aggressive. And you see the prep work from both teams now coming through. Both teams have such a good read on each other. I feel like going into this half for NRG, I think they're going to try to find sites that John is playing retake at and just trying to abuse that, much like how Sentinels was trying to find Victor. Where's Victor playing? He's playing retake most of the time. Let's go to the post plants, go to the retakes.
Early space denied once more.
NRG, I think they should be aware that Sentinels does like to put these trap plays onto the B area. That's why you see them taking mid. And honestly, this was the bread and butter of the last time they played. It was getting Demon 1 set up, trying to take 1v1s into mid or market area. And that's why this team plays the Jet instead of the Raze. They want to have Demon 1 try to get that pick and then dash out.
Interesting decision was just made there by Sentinels. They fed the orb. It could have gone into Sazi's hands, second hands, or Zelsis' hands, and they put it in towards Zekken, who's now the closest to having his ult online.
They might make it here in time for this hit. Nrg not taking their timing, not taking the window. I think Sen have a hard read that it was a faint smoke in mid. Look at this, they're gonna have all 5 players here. A 5-on-5.
We're all so quiet. John QT falls. Crash Heap's pushing forward. The flash on the other side of the wall is going to cause disarray across the site. Celsius will not be around for long as NRG get another.
What a sick Viper wall, Doug. It splits the site in half. So not only does it allow you to walk up A main for free off a contact and take that elbow control, but it allows you to walk onto site and clear the default box.
Yeah.
And that's so important because we saw Victor even just there finessing, right?
Exactly. There you see that wall. And it was Crashy, I believe it was Crashy, who funneled in behind the wall as soon as they had that early contact. Yeah. You're absolutely right.
Very good game planning around the comp that they have because they don't have all this utility to clear these tight corners and these places that people could be hiding behind, right? So they have to walk into spaces like that, and having that wall cut off CT is so crucial to do that. And again, a very slow round from NRG. It's really taking their time. Look at this Viper wall for the B split.
Almost identical in concept to what they were doing on the other side, but this time they've run into 10s. Ultimately meeting his death, but he's already gotten so much value. John trying to turn the flash, the clip runs dry, and Demon's there to greet him.
I don't think he's gonna pick this Phantom up. I think he's gonna stay on the Guardian.
I mean, when you're that good with it.
Yeah. I don't think he likes the Phantom very much, Doug. Great molly.
Yeah, they've just been a couple threats. Ethan's tapped the spike twice, daring and beckoning any challenge from the opposition. Now Demon One hold the line. Second. Oh, the timing was perfect. Ethan in a 1v3 with the Guardian, and second dismisses him.
And for a second there, I was kind of worried. You know, when Celsius mollied the default box and made Demon One go wide, I thought that's what they wanted. I thought they wanted to punish him. Sure. But they're like, nah, forget that. We already have a win con of Zekin flanking that entire round. Why even give a chance to Demon One? So you can tell the respect that they have for this player, as they should. And it's honestly helped them in so many rounds.
Let's go, boys. Good job. Nice round, Tyson. Let's go, baby. Every round.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
16 and 11 for Zekin.
Yeah.
All these questions about experience and can you handle the biggest stages, the biggest moments so far. I mean, he's answered the call and he's done so quite admirably.
This entire offseason was meant for him to basically have, like, get that experience on LAN and everything. Take him over the edge. I don't think Victor knows that Tens is here.
Shadows traveling.
This is a crazy timing. Maybe a hard read from Sen, understanding that Vic likes to throw this cam. Oh, the footstep was made.
Yeah, he heard that.
In and out. Just like that. And he's been heating up, Doug.
Like a thief in the night. You've got to cover John here. Gets out of the cam, feeling some of the pressure.
Oh, that smoke needs to go up. Just in time.
There's no flash on the other side of this, so maybe they double face? Or they just hold in the smoke?
I think John is aware. Will the mid players from NRG get first contact is the question.
It just seems so far away. No, it's Vic who's creeping
Vic
forward.
elbow.
The contact
Vic
out.
sees his elbow, Doug.
I don't know that he did. John QT toggling the camera, now spotting Demon One. And now they know something is afoot. Both of them spotted. They've got trips, they have cams, the paranoia is gonna connect, but is there a punish? Is there something to capitalize on it? Yes. Peter invests the ult, but Crash uses done behind enemy lines. Can he find any more value? No. Getting in, getting his kill, then quickly taking a step back. Marvin crashes into 2v5 with 13 seconds left. The Spike still not in a comfortable spot as they crumble. A flawless round for Sentinels as they punch back.
That was so clean, Doug. Everybody jiggling, so hyper aware of every gap that was there and having crossfires on every gap.
Batuk pilek parah sampai jadi pusat perhatian.
That was a flawless round to the T. From the start of Tens just understanding the default cam of Victor and outplaying it. The little micro play like that gets you that first blood on the initiator, and then that causes Nrg to have to contact everywhere.
Yeah, it's huge.
I just want to point out that like Tyson right now, Tens. I mean, everybody knows by Tyson, right? He's been dominating these last couple rounds. Like he's really heating up. I can tell by his aim too. He's got that little crackness back into him. Sen is the script.
And it might be.
Oh my gosh.
A 2-round lead for Nrg. They're the ones who call a timeout, perhaps feeling the situation slip from their grasps.
Yeah, they still have a lead here, but it's definitely getting a little uncomfortable with how these last 2 rounds have gone for the way of Sen. And just great setups, and honestly all off of John there on default, playing that corner so well, jiggling sight, jiggling his wrap, pretty much just staying alive. Yeah, like he probably could have committed on that Demon 1 shot, right? But the difference is he knows the 100% win play, right? Which is just sit in the back there and just stay alive for as long as he can, wait for the rotates. Ten's Omen flashes have been killing it.
I mean, they've been on point.
Yeah,
they've been perfect.
They've been killing it. And he's been holding on to them. It's something that's very interesting. Maybe a little game plan read or something. Because even on the attacking side, he was holding on to it for the post plan. Wasn't even using it for the initial hit.
Is that same Viper wall out from Nrg that we were talking about earlier? They've taken a lot of space mid though. The buy is lackluster, but the space they've taken so far could prove to be the difference maker. Waiting on the other side of the trips, also throwing a little shoulder, showing a little skin, and then backing right on up.
That allows space for the 8 players to walk up here.
Saucy's there to greet on the other side. Meanwhile, Ten's got the best of Marv. Oh, Saucy with 3 on the round. He's got another ult on mine.
And Zekin just running in there, but didn't have a target because Saucy just went nuts.
Yeah, they cleaned him up before he had a chance to fire the thing.
He hit a clip right there, and he's been relatively quiet in terms of firepower all game. So for him to be waking up at such a crucial time, it's very important going forward. And kind of dangerous from the likes of Nrg now. Wow.
Big play out from Saucy. And the lead continues to dwindle away. Just 1 now. 1 round separating these 2 squads.
What? He's in the flow state right now.
The man has ascended.
That's why he's a part of this roster. Small little things like that, just understanding timings. But it works out for him this time.
And they have the luxury, too, of having such a big advantage with so much time left on the round. I mean, they can still play the map however they want.
Yeah, getting rid of that Viper alert, they don't have to worry about this at all.
Right,
just contact here. You'll probably see Saucy just jiggling this, but the main fight is actually going to happen here in Market.
Ten's is close. He has a paranoia. You imagine as soon as the trip goes down,
they should be ready for this.
Yeah, I think they're aware.
Great knife. Oh, it's broken though.
A better reaction. What are they trying to draw out of here? That's going to be a lot of info gain from Marv, yeah.
What do they do off of this though?
And Nrg are playing this so carefully.
30 seconds left.
So quietly, so cautiously.
Tens is ahead of the cage.
Demon 1 pushing forward. Tens falls. Neural theft used. Wow. Dude, they were down in numbers and they snatched this thing right back.
Spike planted. Last player
Marv was there to greet. Saucy unaware. No real chance to fight back.
I mean, what great mid-rounding with Nrg.
Without Viper. Without the lurk.
Putting doubt in the minds of Sen. Off of that top mid smoke, yeah, they did have a cam that was holding that space the entire time, but the fact that they put so much pressure on that B area, John had to get off of that cam. And that opened up the gap for Jimmy, Marv, to come all the way back around top mid and catch that timing off the B main contact.
And to hold, yeah.
And I just real quick, I gotta say, yeah, Tyson's been feeling himself the last couple of rounds, but I think that kind of got to his head here because for some reason he took a timing in front of those cages that Victor threw and ultimately gave Victor a 1v1, and him dying there, that was a disaster. That opened up the entire map.
Take a look at that. We'll take a look at that opening kill one more time. Ultimately irrelevant in how things played out. I also love the little hezzy that Nrg threw in there once they hit market.
Yeah, cutting noise.
Just pausing for half a second. I mean, it wasn't very long, but it was just enough to cause problems.
Yeah, and since Sen gave the A main line, they had no info on whether or not Nrg was going back. So just that whole pause, just letting it cook in the brain of Sen, makes people move, makes people worried about different things. He gets off the cam. Another slow round here from Nrg.
Just one gun fired.
You should understand from the audio cue that more than one person was seen by that though. But nobody moving from the likes of Sen.
Crashies is 1 point away from having Zult online.
It's a new Viper wall, by the way.
Yeah, it is a little bit different. The angle is, isn't it?
This is just to take all of sight.
The flash. Taking a little bit of info.
Oh!
But Tens again.
He commits there. He did such a great job getting the one. If he would have just gotten out, had a 5v4 with Omen Flash, perhaps.
Now they're gonna have to deal with this pit. The one benefit though for Sentinels is that they have the Gecko ult. And that's a perfect thing to try to clear out something like this.
Oh, this is perfect.
We'll see if it can find value. It's gonna tag them. Do they flood though? Do they capitalize in on this window as Mar pushes forward, expecting the aggression? The pit gets dropped. How much more can they find? They're trying to flash out and funnel through the utility. A 3v3, Jonky G, 1 HP as he falls. Zelsis left alone, 16 HP in a 1v2. Wow. Tries to get a free one in the spam, and it's just not going to be found.
Marv, so clutch for this team. Understands that he has to push up there. He has to try to take out anybody walking into that Viper's pit, because if he didn't, Crashies is just dead, and it opens up the entire retake for Sentinels.
Well, I think the other thing too is Marv's understanding of the timing on that.
Exactly.
You know, the pit went up, Crashies got tagged, and there was still just a slight delay before he dropped back down off that box and challenged the pit.
Perfect timing. He understood that the molly from Crashies was there at first. He didn't want to drop right away. And he's 17 and 12 right now. Really taking over.
Cover going out.
A 3-round lead. It was down to 1, but Nrg have found a second lease at life.
I like this from Nrg. These slow rounds, not trying to get caught by anything aggro. They don't want the round to end in the first, 15 seconds, which when you're up against the likes of these shooters on Sentinels, it can really happen that fast.
And that's really been their approach the entire half.
Yeah.
Right? Meticulously dissecting and devouring everything the defense is showing. I will say here for Sentinels, they've taken a lot of space A main. There's just a trip keeping them back.
Seperti candu yang ada di dalam aliran darah, gunung dan alam liar terus memanggil.
But Zekin finds the opener. Great response from Crashies.
Fast trade. You see the hours of Otterview going in to these games. Against other teams, maybe Sentinels would break that trip, but this time, staying there, not breaking it, understanding that Nrg likes to rewalk into space.
Saucy's
usually second in those scenarios, just blast packs out. So again, I just feel like Sen is making these small mistakes of staying in for too long.
Saucy can get a lot here. If he tucks, the first is found, the second does too.
Omen Flash right off of that.
And the Dizzy.
Oh, this guy's...
Yeah, well, it's Demon 1. He gets his first.
Isn't that funny?
10 seconds left, though, a flash in his face, the spike in hand, but just no room allotted, no space found. They continue to swarm and pursue him from every single angle.
And what was that, Molly? They really throw the whole kitchen at Demon 1. You have to. You can tell. They don't want him to get anything going. Not even a 3K. They want a one and done.
Yeah,
they want to trade him instantly.
And I think it can be looked
Tapi
at two
dia
ways, right? Like one of them is,
terlalu
respect, and Demon One is, great. And all those things are fundamentally true, but I think we can consider the other side of it as well.
bisa dong
That's just
balasnya
the
dong
intelligent way
edgy.
to play around him.
Yeah,
right?
Especially in this comp too.
Exactly, yeah.
This comp is meant for lurks. It's meant for contact plays. And here comes aggression here. A change of pace from NRG, but the knife initial reaction slows down the entire push.
And the dizzy from the punish. Second was there on the swing. The timing is gorgeous. Oh, Sentinels are not done yet.
Shadows traveling.
Refusing to relent on Sunset. Marv, Ethan, and Victor are left alone.
These are the dangerous rounds from NRG.
That is true. They have 2 rifles too.
When sound is cut and nothing is being shown, they just finesse their way. Look, they're sitting behind the trip. They break it. Now what's the next reaction? That's Victor coming out.
There's still one more on site.
And John was here last time.
And he's alone. And there's help maybe around the corner via Celsius. He's just now finally starting to arrive, but the leader's overwhelmed. Now weapons upgraded. All 3 of the members of NRG have rifles. They haven't committed to getting the spike down quite yet. Celsius popping the ult, Ethan committing to the plant, and it looks like it's for main.
Spike planted.
They don't have any post-plant utility.
So patient on this retake. This Sen.
But is the patience going to be their downfall? Is it going to be too much? Second with the first. Color me shocked. Second with the third on the round, and Celsius gets it back. Danger and disaster avoided.
And man, NRG almost brought that round back. I set it up perfectly. They're so dangerous. In the rounds where the sound is just cut. When they put down in the minds of Sen, but Sen just going back to their fundamental playstyle of playing the retakes on this map when they're up numbers. And this time closing it out, and I think Marv in that scenario, he got jump spotted by Zekin there, but still stayed on the angle. Gets punished. Still such a close game. Anybody could take this away.
Zekin has his ult. Off of the paranoia! Oh, he doesn't get it off! The fuse is extinguished!
Zekin keculik sama
and the
Demon
payload
One.
isn't delivered. An early attempt at a strike at aggression from the defense is instantly popped.
Demon One was the one that got punished in the previous round with his ult out.
Sachi masih nunggu tuh di depan.
This time clapping
Gimana
back.
ya?
Exactly where you are.
And again, Dre, the DNA is the same. They cut noise, instilling just the tiniest fragment of doubt, creeping into the minds of the defense. They have to play elbow because of that Viper wall. Sassy can't give up the space, and he's gone aggressive. He's ahead of it!
No.
Wow.
And he's punished for it. Another one down.
Crashies is playing this perfectly right now.
Charges.
Tens is in a really good spot, though, but Crashies, you wonder if he's aware. Oh, the timing's so good! Tens continues to push forward, but with Molly at his feet, ultimately cannot
Tidak
persist.
mau di-stand.
Spike planted.
Celsius and John left alone. There is a challenge from behind the box as the wall goes up.
Oh, this wall's so good. He gets out.
Last player
I thought
standing.
he was going to hit that shot. Celsius now flashed. Decayed. Paranoid.
It's not planted for them, though.
They still have so much time. There's nothing keeping him back. He's gotten it to half. That's all it's going to be. Crashies will do it on the round with the shorty. NRG gets a map point.
Match point.
So clean from Crashies. And Demon One to open it up like this.
Wow.
Party's over.
Dude,
That's rough.
Marv was out of there. Like, I'm leaving. Good luck.
And honestly, if Demon One doesn't hit that shot, his dash was not primed and ready there.
Yeah, he was done. But not only to hit it, but also to hit it before it goes off, so it's not a 1-for-1. It's just insane.
He's so confident in those moments. Those millisecond timings where it's make it or break it. And that's why he is a champion.
Itu apa? Benda apa itu?
NRG now. Match point. They have really good ults coming up online. Crashy is getting his Viper Pit. I think you're gonna have to see Sen playing more aggressive in these mains on this round, but will Nrg read into it? Because they understand that once that...
Yeah, keep your super serious
that
thought.
thing is disturbing, bro. That thing freaks me out, man.
Continue what you were saying.
But if this Viper Pit goes down, I mean, that could be the nail in the coffin.
Right.
For Sentinels, this map.
Oh, and it looks heavy, eh?
Nrg, I think they understand that this A site has been played on retake quite a bit of rounds.
Also, keep an eye on Marv's ult. He's been so aggressive with his TPs.
Cowok idaman aku tuh anak motor. Gak sesuai balikin aja. Untung di Shopee ada garage.
Demon 1 already falling. I love what they tried doing there. There was a deep smoke into B main, into spawn, and the TP to perhaps suggest that's where he was going.
But Celsius's knife just denied all of that. He actually canceled the Omen ult as well.
Sentinels with the numbers advantage.
And they get the pit down. Crashy's getting healed up, but not to full.
And he still doesn't have it. Marv just tucked. Not.
Oh no.
Not from here. Oh, every single shot misses. And Zekken doesn't. Sentinels just continue to push forward.
Wait.
Crashy's and Vic left alone.
The duo.
Against the trio of Sentinels on the other side. It's fallen to one. And Tens gets two more.
Life for Sentinels. All off of Celsius's knife. There was no smoke that was able to come out lane here. And that gets Demon 1 to be punished, losing the 1v1 against Celsius.
One enemy remaining.
And that was that retake that, yeah, that was that retake that Ender was talking about.
Yeah.
With the Gecko flash over the top. So Nrg no answer for that when they were down numbers. Everything riding onto this round. And Marv sitting on a stinger. They gotta set Crashies up.
They just don't have any guns, bro. Even as a classic.
Keep in mind that the dagger did just hit Crashies here, so they are aware. Crashy started on the side of the map. What's the reaction from Nrg? Still cutting noise. Didn't doubt in the minds of Sen.
I mean, their approach does not change.
Here we go, they're starting to gear up. Walking towards that B site, but I like this proactivity from Sen. This should give them the info that this will be a B hit. And I just gotta say, the IGLing from both teams so far has been immaculate.
Oh, it's been a treat to watch.
They've always, it seems like they always pick the right side.
First trip cleared, the dog went all the way around the pillar! Tens does it again! Intense on OT! But can they counter? No! Tens with 4! Second gets the last! OT on the cards!
Oh. Was that all ADS?
It looked like it. The 3K? Yeah, it looked like it.
I'm flabbergasted right now, Doug.
Hindi kasi ES though.
What a beast, man!
And the crowd comes to life.
I mean, that's the Tens we know. That's the Tens we love.
That's vintage Tens.
What is this? Oh my gosh! It's like his bullets just have like a magnet on everybody's head.
And that was to force OT.
Yeah.
I mean, he gets picked there. Map's probably over.
Single-handedly takes out 3 members and the Viper ult, which was so crucial for Nrg to win that round. Momentum in the hands of Sen right now after that.
But OT needs a chance to reset. An op in the hands of Demon 1. And it doesn't look like there's a challenge early.
These passive lines that Demon 1 has been playing all game long.
Excited.
Makes you think maybe it's reading a little too much into
Yeah.
it.
Fix here. The Cam's gonna feel a lot of the pressure. He's gonna tuck tail and try to get away. But Zekken's gone hunting! Victor's there with 2!
Spike down A.
The tandem falls, crumbles! At the feet of Victor, and Demon 1 finds value at the up. What can they do to counter? Tens and Celsius. Spike not in hand, position surrounded.
This kill on Demon 1 would be
Last
everything.
player standing. Spike down A.
As I say that, Crash, he's just one tap Celsius.
Nrg take the lead back.
Victor going huge there. He had to win that 1v1 on second.
Yeah.
Match point.
Jumping the gun a little too early was the youngin. Nrg won the round and they're the ones that take the timeout, so
Ini nih,
really trying
pas
to make the
attacking,
Sentinels players soak into that moment
Nrg susah
of the
dia
round
pas
that they just
attacking.
lost. Perhaps trying to cook up a hard read here.
And you imagine maybe the conversation is going back to the second half of regulation, right? Where things kind of got away from him a little bit. Maybe that's what he's trying to address. But one round away from taking Sunset is Nrg with this timeout called. I mean, everything is up for grabs.
This is Sentinel's map pick, so for Nrg, they're going to take this one away. They're feeling very confident going into the rest of the maps in the series.
And they've only lost it once.
Yeah.
And it was to Paper X, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, with the comp that they're actually playing right now.
Round A.
Take a look at some of the highlight moments from that previous round. That's disgusting.
See ya.
That's just gross.
Little pixel. All he saw was the tip of his head. Nice shot. And I don't think we're going to see anything different here from Nrg. I think we're going to see another slow default.
But that's a different wall. A wall after Crash, he's sectioning off mid, going deep into their spawn.
Suppressed.
Crash is getting hit on purpose there.
Pisaunya ke situ. Untouchable itu, gak bisa ditembak.
Complete retake on that side of the map.
I mean, look, yeah, and also they're investing 3 to hold the middle of the map. They have to respect the wall. They have to respect the possibility of a flash on the other side of it and then deep push mid.
Nrg really cooked with this, keeping 2-3 players in mid with just this one wall.
And dude, the mind games continue. Marv just smoked
insane.
market. There's nobody there.
All signs leading to top mid, but we've seen Tyson here before. This time not on top of the box.
Shadows traveling.
But he's got 2 trips to play off of.
They must know now. Oh, what's afoot? 10's waiting on the other side of the smoke. No! Victor drops him. John going exploring.
Here. He had the moment, not clutch this time though.
Flash deep into spawn. The spike committed.
Oh, a spam kill. Did he hit the trip?
May have. Ethan flashed. He's got 2-3 flashes in his face. And now Zekin's there. Numbers in favor of Sentinels.
Oh my gosh. But look at
Marv just on the flank. The rewrap, Doug. But is it going to take too long? I mean, the onus here is on Sentinels. They have to take some space. They have to do something about it here.
Oh, the Gecko's
Wingman got half. Wingman gets you so close, but can Marv get a 1v3? He's going to have to finish it on his own, and he can't. We're going again.
Wow.
Selamat.
What great utility from Sentinels there. Punishing anybody that was still on the site, getting a spam kill on the Crash.
Lepasnya lama tak?
Hope so.
Ethan, he couldn't go anywhere.
Yeah, he had no choice, man.
There was a nade behind him. He had to run into the flash.
Start today with GoDaddy. If you can dream it, you can build it. Whatever your idea, go.
From Saucy. Poor guy, he's full blind. And that's where you see the Gecko just get so much value, right? On these retakes. Having the Dizzy defuse the bomb. Tap the bomb, right? So that you have 4 guns just holding.
Fighting, yeah. And so double OT on the cards. These 2 teams, it's just been the first map, but they're really pushing each other.
That Flash made contact with Crashies, but Crashies is so deep in mid that I think that Sentinels now might have to overthink this and use another layer of utility to clear out close mid. So I think you will see the second Flash in mid perhaps. Off the cooldown. It's just silence across the board. No one really showing any early aggression anywhere.
No, I think there's a real good chance they wait here and regroup B for Zelsis to get his knife back online, and then they go.
This is what I was talking about, the great IGLing from both sides. Always picking the site with less numbers. These IGLs have a hard read on the game right now, especially when they're on attack.
Start to see some of the flashes out. Both of them through. And look at Marv! He's up top! Right where Thames was a few rounds ago. They managed to get the spike down though. Second has fallen.
Kan kalau kena
and there's no late flank at least yet. Look at Settles, they're not wanting to play off site. I mean, they can't because of the Viper wall. They have to play on site.
Great Omen flash.
Buys a little bit of time. The dash is forward out onto their left. Ten's trying to hold him back and he can't. It's all on to Zelsis. A 1v2. Jumping up on top of the box, creeping forward. Timing.
Demon one.
Huge. Zelsis cannot convert. Nrg with the lead again.
Look at both teams are so good at retaking. These post plants are what's making the difference. And also just Marv there, understanding that he just needs to get his one and get out to set up that amazing retake potential that they have. Both these teams so far so evenly matched. Nrg, match point once again.
This is what, the third time now?
Yeah.
They've had this opportunity.
And they're doing this mid wall again, it looks like. This time, do they actually use it, is the question. Maybe a mid to A.
Oh, it seems like they want to. Oh! I think he was a little behind the flash, just a little late.
Trying to find a timing, maybe thinking that he had a hard read on the setup from Sentinels in mid. A bit of a gamble, but you know what? When you're in the driver's seat like this, you know, sometimes you got to go for plays like that to try to win, you know?
I think part of that goes to how they showed how they played around this wall in the previous OT.
Yeah.
Previously, it was a threat. Maybe just banking on the fact that they might not believe.
How does this guy just keep finding these timings?
How far up does he go?
By the way, Victor has been an absolute freak on this B side of the map, walking into space.
Yeah, he's been a proper menace. Gunfire erupts, his bodies fall on both sides.
This is this slow mid round again. But that peak right there will be the read. That this will be another one of those slow rounds where they NB.
That knife tagged both. Wow. Vic with a lot to do and he can't find any.
That was huge.
Sentinels with the numbers advantage. And the very likely possibility of another round of OT. Oh. Molly soaring over the sky. Marv getting spammed through the smoke. Ethan left alone. And he will ultimately succumb to the pressure.
Lagi overtime.
Triple overtime.
And honestly, it hasn't been close. I mean, Nrg have had map point a couple of times, but it never really feels like they're a kill away. It's been pretty decisive.
Sen was so confident there to give all of B. And it's kind of like a mind game, you know, like Victor has all that B space, so it kind of makes you want to end B. But Sentinels was aware, Tyson was aware that he could be in sight that entire time. Just great control of emotions and not overeating this time.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Saya Ali Muhammad, relawan beramal bersama rekom.
I feel bad. That guy keeps getting beat up, man. I feel bad for him.
And another pause here. Timeout for Sen this time. What can they cook up in this round? How deep is the playbook? And honestly, Sen has played so many matches this year, this off season
on this map.
Yeah. So they actually could pull out a playbook from another comp if they want. Try to make it work.
Again, every time a team has had map point, it's been for Nrg. It's never really been Sentinels who have had the advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Kaplan conversing with the boys, seeing if there's a change in pace this time around.
I just want to briefly talk about Ethan so far. Like, yeah, he's had great IGLing this entire map. But now is when you see that, you know, that rumor, a facade of IGLs being able to frag while they're IGLing, yeah? It's having a little bit of a rough time in that department.
Got a quiet map. A lot of space taken from the defense across the middle of the map.
Sentinels just looks like they're ready for this aggression, but I think Zekken made an audio cue when he got off this angle.
The dash went out, but Marv stays.
Wow.
Does John Hart clear this?
He has to look.
He's looking right at him. The gun barrel's gonna give him away, and he gets the kill.
Wow. So smart.
Will this finally be the moment that Sentinels are able to push NRG to map point?
And now he's just gonna be the human drone. As I've said so many times before.
A pesky lurk.
He's gonna get all the info here.
And Sentinels are glad to just hold, right? They don't have to make a ton of noise.
So smart from Sen to come back to the A site. Might seem like it could be the obvious play, but
it might be to Victor because he's really far up. He's hearing everything. Does he try to peek ahead of the room? But no, they're taking a step back. It's a great nade. But somehow, honestly, Victor doesn't get away with as much damage as I would have expected.
There it is.
The spike sunk into the soil of the site.
Wow.
At Vic's feet. Saucy's there to clear.
This post-plant utility is so clean.
And Tens is on a late flank. Keep a close eye on the minimap. Can they hold them back? Second on the first. Demon 1 falling.
One enemy remaining.
And Tens is the last to clean it up. Sentinels get to map point.
Switching sides. Match point.
I really like that from John. Getting the pick in mid on the re-clear. Just intuition. He heard that dash. And knew something was up. Someone's got to be here in mid.
Yeah, there's no way it was just that.
Yeah. And we've seen Sen on these A post plants just be so cold. Even NRG, honestly. I wouldn't be surprised if NRG tried to end A here. Just like Sentinels did. That A post plant, so strong. So hard to retake that.
The dastardly duo of Tens and Zekken both flirting with 30 apiece. Which is just absurd.
Great performances so far from them.
4 members of Sentinels A.
Yeah, I think it's what I said. I think they're trying to read into this. Understanding that NRG has had a lot of success on the A post plants and not so much on the B.
I mean, they still have to reckon with that wall.
If I'm not mistaken, utility was used to re-clear this A space. NRG is aware. Sen's not budging, man. Tyson's here with the Omen Flash. I think they have a good idea of what's going on here.
This setup could be disaster.
There's 4 here.
As soon as there's contact, there it is. Zekken gets ahead of it, though. I think because of that, yeah, Tens is able to hold the flash. But there's a flank.
Oh my
Demon 1 behind enemy lines.
30 seconds left.
Can I get 2? Oh, Tyson tucked. He didn't show his gun.
16 HP. Spam on one side, the cam on the other. A 4v4. Saucy spamming into the smoke. Tag. Tens does it again. Tens and Zekken once more delivering for Sentinels. A 3K for the duelists as they take back 1.
What a huge map win. Ten's just playing on a different level right now.
I mean, both of them.
He's so aware of everything. Not showing an elbow, not showing anything, understanding off a Demon 1 kill in top mid. He needs to just tuck completely, not show his gun barrel, anything. And just play off of his teammate. And Saucy, so good there to keep spamming baiting from default. Just set